Check, check, mic check. 1, 2. Are we live? Yes, we are live on Twitch for my first time. Regardless of viewers, I'm going live and we're going to discuss Raiders training camp and we're going to get into it. And I'm going to explain everything that's been going on with me lately. And we're just going to review some Raider news. That's right, we're going to review some Raider news and training camp latest and everything else that is going on with our Raiders. All right, we don't got a lot of viewers. We got 15 followers as of now. I did post on Twitter that I was going to be going live at like 9:45 and it's like 9:35. So I am live 10 minutes early, but it's okay because Mikey Raider's here to do damage. Mikey Raider's here to do a new platform called Twitch. Makes you sound like a drug addict. Twitch! But Mikey Raider's going to come back from the YouTube depths of heck. And he's going to create a new dynasty, a new industry on Twitch. Will I? It sucks that I don't have any viewers, but it's okay. What's going on, Raider Nation? We got a viewer, and I'm so proud. We got our first viewer on Twitch. Just a reminder, you could write comments. I'll put them on screen while we review the Raiders' latest training camp news information, and I'm going to critique everything with a fine-tooth comb because Mikey Raider is an individual that is no nonsense. Now that I'm not banned by YouTube, I'm going to speak my truth about our Raiders. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I am a Raider for life. I am not a Raider hater, but I will talk smack about my team when they're not doing right, when they're not playing well, when they're playing like chumps, they're acting like fools, when they're shooting the bricks into the toilet. I will come after them and I will teach them a lesson because I am a Raider for life. You got that right. All right, just want to let everybody know, do have donations available below through Venmo, through PayPal, because as of YouTube, I no longer have Super Chat donations. I no longer make any ad revenue. And until I'm situated with Twitch, I don't know if I can make any revenue. And it would be nice to make a few dollars to buy me some tacos while I've been banished by the YouTubers. It'd be really, really nice to buy me some tacos. All right. Let's get right into it. Again, I am testing out Twitch software. I am not perfect at it. I am doing my best to try to give you a show, figure it all out in the coming weeks so I can go live, watch the game, react, have a few guests hopefully on screen while we watch the game and celebrate our Raiders history and friendship and fun. Let's do it. We're going to start each show. We're going to come to you every Wednesday at basically 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And we're going to go over the latest Raider news, training camp information this week, the next couple weeks, preseason games. And we're also, because I love the NFL, we're going to go over some NFL news. I'm sorry I do not have music or whatever in the background. My screens and my video cameras are not all perfect, but it's okay. We're here to have a good time, get to know each other on Twitch, and let's get right into it. We got a few viewers that are just logging in, and I appreciate it. Let me see who we got online if I can see it. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe if they write something in the chat room, I'll figure it out. Because I'm using StreamYard. I'm not officially on Twitch with all the little buttons. I haven't figured all that stuff out yet. So I'm using StreamYard, my dudes. But as I was just about to say, we're going to get into some NFL news because I love the NFL. And I'm going to critique some of that news that's going on. Then we're going to dive deep into our Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders, our Los Angeles Raiders, whatever you want to call us. We're going to dive deep into that situation and review it and critique. And we got a few questions for you guys coming up. We got a few questions for you guys coming up in our chat room for you guys to answer while we have our talks. There it is. Once again, donations accepted on Venmo at Haybauer, on PayPal. There's the link or the screen link to help me out. Buy me some tacos. I need tacos. I ain't making no more YouTube money. No more super chat. No nothing. They banished me. Shame. Shame. Apparently I did spam on YouTube. Hey, you know what? We'll talk about that. You know what? Let's talk about that right now. Let's do it. What happened to my YouTube channel? What happened to it? I don't know. I do understand. I use video clips. And they could possibly be copywritten or whatever. But normally you get a strike on YouTube. Many years ago, I got a bunch of strikes with copyrights. I had to figure it out, learn from it, learn from my mistakes, and I was good. I was good. But recently, again, I went back to my old ways of being a Raider pirate, and I used some video clips that technically probably were not mine. But I didn't get any copyright flags. Got none. Then all of a sudden, one day, I tried to log into my channel a couple of weeks back, and it says, there's an issue. I was like, huh? Tried to log in again. There's an issue. Go to my email. They wrote me a letter saying, Mikey Raider, we have terminated your channel due to spam. Where was I doing spam? I mean, I eat the ham called spam every once in a while at home, but I don't do it on camera. So where was I doing spam, YouTube? Huh? Then it said, we are terminating your channel for spam. Scams. What scam was I running? Making videos? Is that a scam? Talking to the nation about the Raiders? Is that a scam? And we're terminating your channel for spam, scam, and deceitful content. Deceitful. I'm being deceitful. It's kind of like the Rona fact checkers with misinformation. How was I being deceitful with my Raider content? Again, I thought I would have lost my channel due to copyright strikes, but I had none. I had zero. Normally, it's 3 strikes, you're out. I didn't have 1. The letter from YouTube said, we are getting rid of your channel due to spam, scam, and deceitful content. There's no way to get a hold of them. Nothing. It says, do not reply in the email, blah, 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 blah. So I took to Twitter. I'm like, at Team YouTube, at whatever. What the heck is this? Why are you getting rid of my channel for this type of stuff? I didn't get no copyright strikes, nothing. I have no way to fight this. What the hell is going on? Then they wrote me, okay, we're going to look into it. Then they send me an email from Team YouTube on Twitter. All right, fill out this information on why your channel was terminated, this and that, and we'll look into it. We'll have a human review it. So I filled out the information. I'm like, if it was a copyright, shouldn't I have gotten a strike? and I could fight it for a misused video or clip, please tell me what it's for. Then I send it, pretend I don't know the exact time, like at 7 o'clock in the morning. I send that email. Right? Then at 7:01, after I send it, oh, we're going to have a human review your channel and see what the cause was for termination. And we'll get back to you and see if it's legit. So that's at 7:01. So at 7:10, 10 minutes later, I got an email. We have had a human manually review your channel thoroughly. And you still have been terminated due to scams, spams, and deceitful content. The termination is valid. 10 minutes later, do you really think they had a human within 10 minutes review my entire channel of over 780 videos and review my channel thoroughly? No. No, 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 no. It's a robot, it's a lie, it's BS. And around that time, YouTube put in something new in their algorithm, going over robots, scams, and all that. Trying to find the people that write like WhatsApp or whatever it's called in the forums. They write it's like a really bad scam or spam. For like money making, for like people that talk cryptocurrency or whatever. YouTube is putting in like new things for the algorithm for that. And a couple of channels were terminated as well. This guy named Graham Stephan, he was going to get terminated. This guy named Matt Kors, these are like financial advisors or you cryptocurrency or stock market people. But they got their channel back because they all had like 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers. And they got their channel back within, a day or two. But they were told they were being scam, and spams as well. But they got their channel back and I didn't. So I wrote them Team YouTube again, like 50 times. Then they wrote me a thing. We've went over your channel. This is the last response. You have been terminated for spam, scams, and deceitful content. So after 10 years of having a YouTube channel, going through a lot of turmoil, rebuilding 2 or 3 times my fan base, around 45,000 subscribers, I've lost my YouTube channel officially. So that's what happened to my YouTube channel. I still don't know truly what happened, but I'm sure something happened and they no longer wanted me on YouTube because I've had many fights with YouTube and the NFL, and I've done, like some Raider type things, being a pirate. Raiders are a pirate. We don't listen to the mainstream. We go against the grain. That's why I know I'm a true Raider. But look, you guys are in good hands. We got a lot of new Raider YouTube channels out there. I'm hoping they will promote my Twitch stream in the future because I need some fans. But that's what happened to my YouTube channel. And again, I'm hoping to go live on Twitch at least once a week and on game days and watch the Raider football game with you guys. I might have some guests, hopefully like 2 or 3 or 4 other Raider fans watching the game, reacting as well live during the game. And then we could just have some Raider Nation talk, if you will. Thank you guys for understanding about my cheap graphics and everything, but I got to hire somebody. So donate below if you feel like it. That's right. Donate below if you feel like it. All right. Thank you. We got a few people that just chimed in that are watching. I appreciate it. let's get into some NFL news where I'm going to critique it, talk about the subjects that are going on. I'm going to give my take on it. I want to hear your take in the comment section that I'll be looking at in a minute or two. Then we're going to get into some deep Raider conspiracies that might be happening behind the scenes. And then we're going to get into some training camp reviews. We're going to go over some Twitter feeds and stuff like that. And we're just going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time for this next hour here on Twitch. And I love you guys. And I'm Mikey Raider. And let's do this. All right, let me get the thing on screen with the new technology. Whoops. Whoops. Does it work? There we go. Hopefully, you guys can see it as well as possible. We got the NFL news or the latest news on screen, and I like to talk about it. I love all of the NFL, but politically, I don't like a lot of the stuff that's going on. With the Rona and the decisions with the test. Like, it's really ridiculous how they're forcing athletes to pretty much take the backs or they get shamed for it. So we had players like Cole Beasley speak out on it because they are afraid, but they do have an opt out where players can get tested every day for the Rona, if they're not vaxxed or whatever. There are options for the players to continue on the team, but they got to go over all the protocols every day. They got to get tested. If they come down with it, they got to be quarantined, you know. So they're trying to make it like it's a huge process. So in a way, they're saying it's going to be such a huge process, and you're hurting your team because your team could be disqualified for certain games depending on the Rona players that are tested that have Rona. Like if you lose all your quarterbacks in a week, your team has to forfeit a game and all the players will not get paid. In a way, they're forcing the damn players to get back. And in my opinion, it's completely wrong. I understand, they're a private company. They can do what they want. Again, it ain't right. And a lot of players, for whatever their personal reasons are, do not want to get vaxxed or are against it. And the people in the media or Twitters or whatever, just shut up and get it. Shut up and get it. That's the same type of words as shut up and play. That's a little bit wrong. It's a little bit wrong. And a lot of people don't understand why a lot of African Americans do not want to get vaxxed up, do not want to get the jab. Why is that? Well, people need to do their research and look up Africa 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago with vaccines. How many people died from experimental vaccines? I don't even know if I can say that word on Twitch. You can on YouTube. And then that makes you think, why do they hide? Why do they hide any talk about it? Why do they cut videos out? Fact checked everything. Why do they have to give you $1 million to get it? Let's be honest. If it was really scaring every single human being that it was a real scary pandemic, people would be falling left and right. They would be standing in line to get the vaccine. If people were constantly dying like zombies around them, they'd be like, give me that vaccine. But yet, not everybody is. Makes you think. All right, let me turn on the comments. Let's get into some NFL news. 49ers defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryan on Nick Bosa progress still day to day. Again, Max Crosby should have won rookie defensive player of the year, but Nick Bosa got it because he went to the Super Bowl. And then today, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit, but the Raiders have signed Defensive lineman Gerald McCoy, the big baddie from Tampa Bay. I think he was a Cowgirl last year, but he was injured. I think he had a tendon problem. He didn't play last year. I think he might have played with the Cardinals a couple of years back as well. We'll get into more depth about, what that signing means for our team in a little bit. I just wanted to go over some NFL news for my people. Sterling Shepard supports Giant head coach Joe Judge disciplines. If you don't like it, then you're welcome to leave. Because what happened was there was a fight at Giants minicamp. That's right. And Daniel Jones, the prodigal son quarterback, was at the bottom of the pile. The defensive lineman and the offensive lineman or somebody was going at it. And Daniel Jones was at the bottom of it. And the coach trying to set a tone, Joe Judge, blew his whistles, stopped the fight. I think he kicked players off of the team that day, told them to go home or whatever, but they had to run wind sprints. They all had to run like 20 miles. And we saw the videos of them running, but we haven't seen the videos of the brawl. I want to see that video of the brawl. I want to see it. Is it online? I don't know. I got to look. All right. Tom Brady. And I'm just going to get to this real quick about Tom Brady. I hate Tom Brady. Can't stand him. And a story came out that he played the entire year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a ruptured tendon or a ruptured muscle. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Isn't it funny how that story comes out to make him look even better? Oh, he played the whole year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers injured with a muscle pull or strain or rip or tear. I know he had surgery for something. I guarantee you, though, he got that injury like during the playoffs. But they made it seem like he had it the whole year. So not only did he become the GOAT for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the NFL, he proved his strength, just like Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan was sick, remember when Michael Jordan had the flu, the fever, a cold, and he played the whole game and he scored like 60 points? I'm not saying it's not real, but I'm not saying it is correct. It's a story to build Tom Brady up. And then we got the Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement coming up this weekend. Our boy Charles Chucky 24 Woodson Wines 24 Wines will be enshrined into the Hall of Fame. The GOAT. We also got Tom Flores, the legendary coach, the man that took us to the Super Bowl victories, going into the Hall of Fame. And I couldn't be more proud. Some people debate whether he deserves to be in there. I do not. Some people call it a diversity Hall of Fame announcement. And I say, who cares? He's deserved to get in years ago, and he's finally getting in now. All right, watch this. Buccaneers, Todd Bowles agrees to a new 3-year deal. He's a good defensive coach. But you know what's kind of funny about stuff like that? And you guys know I'm a Gruden, not really a Gruden. Yeah, I'm a Gruden hater. But I have to live with Gruden. He's got a 10-year contract. But Todd Bowles was available to be a head coach. But instead, we hired Gruden. Where's our defense now? Where's our defense now? Washington football team no longer permitting fans to wear Native American headdresses. What? What? Are you kidding me? So they can't wear old Redskin gear? They can't wear Native American headdresses? Oh my goodness. They're taking away everything. You got to be kidding me with this. Kidding me. Just do a few more. Zach Taylor, no cause for panic. as Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense struggle at camp. Well, didn't his wide receiver get injured a week or so ago? So his wide receiver is probably not on the field, the one they just drafted, that they played together in college. I forget the name. Aaron Rodgers calls relationship with Packers Brian Gutekunst a work in progress. Didn't you like the information Aaron Rodgers revealed a week or so back when he went back to the Packers and signed that new contract? Saying that he was upset at how the Packers and Brian Gutekunst, general manager, treat veteran players like Charles Woodson, James Jones. Do you all realize those are both former Raiders that were basically released from the Packers? And Aaron Rodgers said that they shouldn't have done that. And it pissed him off. And that's why he has an issue with Brian Gutekunst and the Packers organization. It's the way they treat veterans. Well, I loved having James Jones on our team. Him and Derek Carr had a chemistry. They really did. James Jones knew all the routes. And I loved having Charles Woodson come back to the Raiders. It was just a legacy resign. So if the Packers would have kept them, we would have never had them. So I'm actually happy that they released Woodson and James Jones to us. And we also got the wide receiver for 1 year from the Packers. Forgive me, I can't remember names. But he only lasted 1 year with the Raiders. It was a fun test. But that was another player that Aaron Rodgers was pissed off that Brian Gutekunst left as well. And I just want to remind everybody, please leave some comments during the show so I can see if they work on StreamYard. I do not have the Twitch screen open. If there's comments there, I hope they show up on StreamYard. So leave a comment on the Twitch comment section, and I hope it shows up on my StreamYard. Frank Reich on Colts quarterback situation, potential trade options. This is Carson Wentz team. Well, the situation with that is Carson Wentz went down with a broken foot, a high school injury that came back. He's out 5 to 12 weeks. And they're talking about Nick Foles. Nick Foles, the quarterback, played with Frank Reich and won the Super Bowl when Frank Reich was their offensive coordinator. They have a history together. So if Carson Wentz is going to be out 5 to 12 weeks, who's their next quarterback? I don't even know. I'm sure Nick Foles is the third string quarterback for the Bears. So he should probably come back to the Colts. But again, Nick Foles and Carson Wentz have a history because Nick Foles took over for Carson Wentz, who acts like a baby and it has an emotional struggles, and he becomes a little bit of, they got to please him and keep him mentally strong. So I don't think Frank Reich is going to get Nick Foles to come to the team. All right, we'll just go over a couple of more, and then we're going to get into our Raiders because this is what the show is about. But I like doing this shit. I like doing this stuff. Veteran offensive lineman Joe Looney decides to retire less than a week after signing with the Giants. Wow. We also have 3 Raider players that retired in the span of the last couple weeks. That's right. We're going to go over that story in a minute. 3 Raider players have retired in the last 3 weeks, and a couple of staff members and coaches as well. What's going on for our Raiders? Do you think all of this stuff has something to do with the vaccine? The vaccine. That's what I'm going to call it. The vaccine. Because I don't know if you can say it here. Projecting NFL's 2021 stat leaders, Christian McCaffrey set for a bounce back year. Well, if there's going to be a stat leader this year for the Raiders in a bounce back year, it's got to be Derek Carr. It's got to be Derek Carr. Hopefully every wide receiver will play better. But again, our offensive line is a little suspect. Vikings expect quarterback Kirk Cousins back at practice tomorrow after a stint on the Corona list. Everybody, every time I'm watching ESPN, the little ticker at the bottom of the screen, it shows every dang time players are put on that list. What's happening? Isn't it funny how everybody's getting it worse after the Beck team? Maybe it was in the Beck team. Training camp buzz. Colts giving second year. There's their quarterback, Jacob Eason. A close look. Sammy Watkins ready to steady Ravens wide receiver. All right, enough of the NFL news, y'all. Let's do this. Let me quickly take a look at my Twitch page, see if I can see who's online with me, just to tell them I see them online and respect the people that are still watching. Maybe Darkest Hood is one of them. I don't know Twitch too well and how this is done. Oh, here's a little chat button. Let me see. Let me remove that. How do I mute this? See, I hope you guys are not hearing everything that I'm saying. Forgive me, guys. I'm learning Twitch. How do I check the stream? Whispers, notifications. How do I mute my channel? Okay, there. I muted it. Where's the clips, settings, theater mode, full screen, share, edit. Darkest Hood, change that. Okay. There it is. I think I got a Darkest Hood chat room up. You have to follow for a month to type. Oh, really? Change that. Okay, apparently I got something on there where they have to follow for a month to type. That's crazy. All these settings, huh? All right, I'll figure that out after this show. Again, it's too much for me to go into. Thank you for Darkest Hood. I'll look into that. All right, let's do it. Let's get into this news article. All right, this is kind of interesting, guys. Sam Young becomes the third Raiders player to retire in the first week of training camp. You see what I'm saying? What the heck is going on? The offensive guard or tackle, Sam Young, is the third Raiders player to retire the first week of training camp. Let's read this article. It's hot in Las Vegas. How hot is it? So hot, players are choosing retirement over practicing in it or something. Whatever it is, today saw Sam Young become the third Raiders player to retire in the first week of training camp in Las Vegas. Young, he is not. The journeyman veteran is 34 years of age and coming off an injury-riddled season with the Raiders, appearing in 11 games with 7 starts. The Raiders brought him back in early June to compete at the tackle spot, and after just 6 days of camp practice, he decided he was done. This news comes just a day after linebacker James Olawu retired. He, on the other hand, is young. He is just 26 and has played only 3 seasons in the NFL. He's a backup training camp linebacker, but he's only been in the seasons 3 years and he retired? The average NFL player makes at least $600,000 a year. What would make somebody like that want to retire? Gruden? I'm just kidding. The first player retirement of camp was running back Theo Riddick retired. What? Who had tested positive for the Ronid. Riddick had already been contemplating retirement, and the diagnosis turned out to be the last straw in his decision. We're talking about players retiring, but they aren't the only ones. Just prior to the start of Raiders camp, running backs coach Kirby Wilson retired unexpectedly. Also leaving the team were President Mark Bodine and Senior Vice President Brandon Dahl. So The Raiders have had 3 Raider players retire in the first 10 days of camp, and we've also lost coaches. We lost Sam Young, James Walalahu, the linebacker, Theo Riddick to retirement. We lost the amazing running backs coach who helped Josh Jacobs and everybody have one of the best running games the previous 2 seasons retire unexpectedly. And then Mark Badane, I guess after getting the team to Las Vegas, retire. And senior vice president Brandon Dahl. Read the last line, y'all. Strange exodus, to say the least. Do you guys believe that this has anything to do with the testing? The almost 100% mandated vaccine? Do you think it has anything to do with that? It just might. It just might. We got a few new people online. I apologize. Apparently, there's something in Twitch. I'm trying to get you guys to comment on the videos, but apparently, you got to follow me for a month until you can chat on my stream. So I'm just going to quickly try to see if I can change that. But I do not understand all these settings. So you need to forgive me if I cannot get to it quick enough, because I just want to talk about my Raiders. So let me open up all these weird little screens and see if I'm doing something wrong. Social links, no. Brand, no. Schedule, no. Featured content, no. Wait. Host team channels, videos, recently streamed, shelf type, members. Yeah, I don't know any of this. Let me see. Roles manager. Wait. Roles manager, activities, followers list. Is that what it is? Activity, followers list. I'm going to try to get you guys where you can write comments, man. I don't know where it is. I'm trying to look. I probably messed something up. Stream channel moderation, channel analytics, summary, achievements, insights. What is that? Home. Oh, that's the manager. Stream preview. Extensions. Oh, God. See, it gets confusing when you try to rush something and get it done. But it looks like we got Raider Al, Geo Great, Black Crone, and a few other people following the channel. So I truly appreciate it. I don't know how to change it where you can write in the chat room just yet. Forgive me. I do not know where to change it. Should have did that before. All right, let's just get into more Raider news, guys. Oh, was I showing all that Twitch stuff? Yeah, I guess I was. I hope that's allowed. I don't know. Does it show anything that I don't know about? Dashboard, Twitch TV. That's bad. Not that I can think of. I don't know. All right, let's get into some more Raider news, man. Let's just have a good time. So look, in a pretty interesting transaction today, the Raiders signed Gerald McCoy from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defensive tackle. We were pretty deep at the defensive line position, and I thought they would have signed the guy from San Diego, but he didn't sign with the Raiders, especially since we got the new San Diego defensive coordinator as our defensive coordinator. But Gerald McCoy is coming from by way of the Cowgirls, and he's a 6-time Pro Bowler. So let's just get that right. But who is he replacing? They must have seen somebody at camp that they don't know if they're going to come back from an injury or if they're really working out as good as they thought, or they're just concerned for a player on the defensive line. Maybe because of the Rona, a lot of people are going on list or whatever, or maybe they're just not getting what they wanted out of a few other players, because we didn't have a lot of money going in to the camp. But I guess we had enough to sign Gerald McCoy. But the truth is, he's not going to request that much money right now because he hasn't played in a year or two. So let's get that straight. But do I like this signing? Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. He could definitely fill a role. And do you think it's a Cleveland Farrell replacement? Even though Cleveland Farrell's an edge rusher, I don't know. It's pretty interesting to think about. But that's pretty much the latest news with that, I'm really happy about that. I think a veteran like him can do nothing but help our defense get better and play better. And then Derek Carr just had a press conference earlier where he said his headspace is freeing up. He's feeling a lot better about playing now. And, you know, he's saying and doing all the right things like he always does. But this is a big year for Derek Carr. Again, with the possibilities that are out there and him needing another contract in a year, there was talk about him getting an extension right now. But you know what? Gruden and the team, they might have mentioned it, but they're not going to do any of that. They're going to wait at least the first 10 games to see how he's playing and how much better he's getting in Gruden's offense in the fourth year and how these younger players around him develop. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, Carr haters or not. Derek Carr is the best quarterback for the Raiders in our entire history. I said it. Statistically thinking and stat wise, it's probably 100% truth. He owns all the records now. But I'm just saying, he's a Raider. We're just not winning. That's why we're all mad. And people want more from him because we watch players like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, blah, blah, blah. Derek Carr is the best Carr and the best Raider quarterback we've ever had in our history. Again, that's nothing to knock Jim Plunkett, Kenny Stabler, any of them. They won a Super Bowls. Derek Carr is going to get us one. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then the training camp notebook, I'm sure they talk about it. But they're going to hype up every story about every player. And from what I saw earlier from the mainstream media, is they're hyping up Brian Edwards. John Gruden apparently made the quote that Brian Edwards reminds John Gruden of Terrell Owens. Do me a favor, John Gruden. Shut your mouth. Why the heck are you putting that much pressure on that kid in his second year coming off an injury? Why the heck are you doing that? Just to hype up the team and make them feel good? Come on. Some people love that Gruden would say that. Some people might agree with Gruden. Oh, he does. He looks like that. You know what? Every year it's the same old, same old, same old. Training camp media hype. Derek Carr is playing really well. Josh Jacobs looks like a beast. Henry Ruggs is tearing it up. The defense looks fantastic. Again, I'm tired of the hype. I'm tired of expecting greatness and receiving ridiculousness. Stop hyping up and making evaluations that are not true at this moment. Oh, Brian Edwards looks like Julio Jones, Terrell Owens. He looks like Megatron. Come on, shut up. You know who Brian Edwards looks like? He looks like a second-year player that needs to play better, come off his injury, and learn. That's what Brian Edwards looks like. But I do appreciate everything I saw from Brian Edwards in his press conference. I respect it. I love it. And let's move on. But John Gruden, stop with all that hype crap. Stop it. Stop it. I've been a Raider fan too long to believe the crap that comes out of your mouth, Gruden. Coach Gruden encouraged by offensive line improvement and the culture of the team. Well, let's be honest. You got rid of the entire culture. Khalil Mack, Cooper, whatever culture that was. I'm not saying it was good or bad. That's not what I'm saying. But you got rid of it. You created a Gruden culture. You created the white tiger in players like Martavius Bryant. You guys are thinking, you're not a Raider fan. Yes, I am 100%. I can talk bad about my team because I love them. Get over it. Get over it. But Gruden created a culture of the Gruden Purge. And the Gruden Purge is 1,000% real. It has happened. Almost every Raider player that was on the team before Gruden, there's probably 3 left now out of like 55 or 70 players every year. There's probably 3 or 4. I don't know the exact number. It's probably 3. It's Derek Carr, Darren Waller, maybe. I don't know. I really can't think. You guys let me know in the chat room once I get it up and running. But Gruden is inspired by the offensive line culture of the team. Well, the offensive line, you have to be inspired. You got rid of the almost 75% of the offensive line that was in the top 10 for the past 4 years. I hope they're good. Because if they're not, we all know that Derek Carr struggles in pressure. So if the players that are replacing Gabe Jackson, Rodney Hudson, Trent Fat Boy Brown, if the players that are replacing him do not play up to par, and we go down in stats where we have like a top 15, top 20 offense, the line, Derek Carr struggles with pressure. I hope Derek Carr's not running for his life. But you believe in these young players, you believe in the players you drafted, and you're hoping to build a bully. Remember that? We're building a bully. Thank you, Hugh Jackson. You're fired. Raiders tight end Darren Waller. I don't know what's happening with him. I haven't done my research enough. Apparently, he hasn't been on the field for the last couple of days. That's why Brian Edwards is getting more reps. I don't know if they mean at the tight end spot, but Brian Edwards apparently is getting more looks and reps because of Darren Waller being out. And I wish Darren Waller, from whatever is ailing him, a speedy recovery. All right, let's get into some ESPN Raider news, because every news site has different news on our Raiders. They talk about the veteran tackle, Gerald McCoy, 33. That's an interesting number for you conspiracy theorists. You Mason people. Illuminati, 33. Signed with the Raiders. Derek Carr said he has no issues for Carl NASSIB, the first openly gay player active in today's NFL. And I'll quickly speak about that, and I hope this doesn't offend Twitch overlords or anybody. There's nothing wrong with it. But when all that storyline came out about NASSIB, I'm telling the world that he's gay. A lot of people are proud of him, this and that, but Derek Carr got in a little bit of controversy because he's a church-going man, and some church and some religions don't believe in that stuff, or they don't truly accept it, or whatever. Derek Carr did not respond on Twitter to Carl NASSIB. A lot of other Raider players, NFL players, blah, 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 they responded to Carl NASSIB. Derek Carr did not. Then Derek Carr was asked about it a few days later in an interview, and he said, I don't need to respond on Twitter to Carl NASSIB to congratulate him or whatever. I called him on the phone and I told him I love him regardless. I don't need to respond on Twitter and congratulate him or talk about that personal stuff. Derek Carr, who you fooling? You respond to everybody on Twitter. Whenever they do an announcement or anything, hey, I love you, brother, on Twitter, on social media, on Instagram. You do it 90% of the time. But with a sensitive subject, because you are a religious human being, you did not want to do it publicly. Why? You might have been shamed by your church, by some of your members of your church, by some of your family, whatever. That's why you truly didn't do it publicly. Then, when you did do it technically, publicly, in an interview, you said you called him and told him you love him, no matter what. You did not accept that he is gay. In none of the statements I heard, you did not accept him or publicly say, I'm proud of you or good for you. You just said, I love you, brother, no matter. No matter if you're gay, I love you. So you typically tiptoed around the situation. But it's okay, Carr. I don't hate you. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Because a lot of people were wondering if you would publicly acknowledge it because you are a religious person. And we all know religions have issues, certain religions, with gay or not gay and blah, 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 blah. So it kind of could have became a big issue. But you handled it like a man. You love him and everybody, but do you love the gay people? You didn't admit to that. You said you love Carl NASSIB because he's a teammate, but do you love the gay people? It's all good, Carr. I'm not trying to create controversy. I only got 5 viewers on Twitch, so nobody's gonna see this. And then Carl NASSIB, why the heck would you announce that? Well, wasn't he benched last year for not playing good or not good play? Isn't this his 3rd or 4th team in 4 years? Now, if you think about it in a unique type of way, the Raiders can't cut him. If the Raiders were thinking about cutting him last year or before or during training camp this year if he didn't get better, the Raiders can't cut him if they were thinking about that. I mean, how are you going to cut the first openly active gay player in the NFL that came out to the entire world and it made a media frenzy? How are you going to cut that player? What type of ramifications would the Raiders, our Raiders, get if they cut Carl NASSIB? You can't say, well, he didn't play good. You know, he was been struggling for the last year or two. You can't say that. People are gonna go, you're lying. Lying. So regardless of not Carl NASSIB, probably, and this is a conspiracy theory, not real. Carl NASSIB might have known he was gonna get cut, and him and his agent, they already knew that he was gay, and they said, you know what? Let's just tell the world because we're gonna keep our job. He gets, I think he's like getting $3 to $4 million this year. That's guaranteed now. If he was being thought about being cut, they made $4 million, $3 4 million, whatever it is. Congratulations, Carl NASSIB. You are a genius with money, just like your Hard Knocks video with the Cleveland Browns. All right, here's an interesting question: should John Gruden be on the hot seat this season? He should. Will he? No. No. He has a 10-year contract. We're going into year 4. We're getting better every year, at least by one game or two in the win column. Mark Davis loves him. They go to P.F. Chang's every weekend. They get haircuts together. They take, the Ice Bucket Challenge together. Ain't nothing going to happen to John Gruden. Ain't nothing going to happen to John Gruden. But if you want to talk about people that are on the hot seat, let's look no further than Mike Mayock, the de facto GM. We all know that Gruden's pulling the strings and drafting the players, but Mike Mayock is on the hot seat. All these draft picks the previous 2 or 3 seasons have not really panned out. And they're not helping the team that much. That's a staff and a player problem, and that falls on the general manager. So if we don't win anymore, if the draft picks don't pan out from previous seasons, Mike Mayock could be the fall guy. It won't be Gruden's offense or the quarterback coach or anybody like that. Last year, the fall guy was the defensive coordinator because he needed to be. It won't be our new defensive coordinator, the guy from the Chargers. Forgive me, I'm forgetting names. I haven't done my research lately. I've been lying in bed, depressed, sleeping because I lost my damn channel. And I have family issues and health issues. But it ain't going to be the defensive coordinator that we got. It's going to be Mike Mayock. And another person that's on the hot seat that could be a fall guy is Derek Carr. Again, Gruden is never going to blame himself. Derek Carr's been playing great under Gruden, but they haven't resulted in victories. And half of the Raider Nation is divided with Derek Carr. Half of them love him, half of them dislike him. If we don't get to the playoffs, Derek Carr's contract's coming up in a couple years. There might be a couple of rookie draft picks on the prowl. There might be a couple of high priority free agents like Deshaun Watson, maybe, that the Raiders can go out and get. Then Gruden would have to make a choice, whether it's Derek Carr or one of these players, to spice things up again. Then the Gruden purge will be 1,000% official. And Raiders general manager Mike Mayock tested positive for the Rona. So he's isolating. I bet you he's isolating because the players that they've drafted haven't panned out. That's probably why he's isolating. And apparently there's a video where Derek Carr shares a hug with his adorable son after training camp. I ain't going to lie, that's beautiful. It's beautiful, Derek Carr. And then as we just spoke about, the Raiders place running back Riddick on the reserve retired list. And then Raiders defensive tackle Solomon Thomas. Now, this is a little interesting, and I'm just going to throw this out there. It's a theory. But he voiced support for Simone Biles and Osaka. And all of a sudden, we signed a defensive tackle as well, Gerald McCoy. Do they want players like Solomon Thomas to kind of just play ball, be quiet, stop protesting, stop speaking out politics, whatever it is? Or is he not playing that great? And they're like, you know what? He has more time to support people and talk politics or whatever than play coming off an injury, that maybe we need to get Gerald McCoy. Just throwing that out there. Who knows? Raiders, Richard and Theo Riddick were placed on the list. Like I said, everybody apparently has the Bona. or not. And tomorrow night, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we got the NFL Hall of Fame game. The Dallas Cowgirls versus the Pittsburgh Squealers. The Pittsburgh Steelers? Why are they called the Steelers? The Immaculate Deception. They stole that game from us. They are the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowgirls. And Jerry Homies. Dak Prescott did not travel with the team. I don't believe he is going to play in that game, but I'm proud. Football is back. We got fantasy football coming up, and I'm excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it because I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Let's go over some Raider news on Bleacher Report. This is my study time, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Mikey Raider's Twitch study time. Nobody has treated Carl on. Nobody has treated Carl NASSIB any differently. Bullshit. Bullshit. Somebody did a look like. He likes the D, huh? Somebody did that look. Somebody. I don't know who. Somebody. Somebody did it. Carr looks terrific for Raiders in a stress-free camp. There's always stress everywhere. We just had 3 players retire. A couple of staff members retire. How is it a stress-free camp? Carr is excited about plays for Marcus Mariota. All right. I hope Gruden's putting in a scheme to use Mariota's legs in case Derek Carr, comes out for a series or 2 or whatever. I'm excited for that. Gruden did not prepare for this 2 years ago or whatever the situation was. Even after Mariota took over for Carr in that one game, he didn't even put Mariota in the playbook. You got to have some plays and something in the playbook for Mariota in case something terrible happens. And I would think it would be interesting if they put a couple of trick, sneaky plays with Carr and Mariota on the field at the same time in the red zone. How fantastic would that be? Would you guys like to see that? I would. You're goddamn right, I would. That's right. We're doing the latest Raider news review. Raiders signed Las Vegas high school alum and Bay Area native offensive tackle Jeremiah Poo. I ain't gonna say it here on Twitch. Seriously, Poo. That is too close to every bad word for that part of the body. Jeremiah Poo. Again, he's probably taken over for the recently retired Sam Young. And Darren Waller is the most unselfish superstar. Raiders part ways with 3 more executives. Did they retire, quit? Did we part ways? That sounds like they fired them. Let's look. I'm going to look into this a little bit more. It's from the Las Vegas Review Journal. Raiders part way with 3 more front office executives. Brandon Dahl, the Raiders vice president of strategy and business, is no longer with the organization. Okay, we knew about that. Mark Bedane, no longer as well. Okay, I guess that was just it. Is those 2 things. Brian Edwards hauls in a deep ball. Remember we talked about Brian Edwards getting all the flames because he brought in a deep ball. And again, I don't know if I could show anything on Twitch yet. I haven't really learned the rules 100% official just yet. So I'm not going to show any of that. John Gruden said on NFL Network that Brian Edwards has been looking like Terrell Owens. But he's looking more like Randy Moss to me. Oh, great. They're throwing out more people. Not only they're throwing out Terrell Owens, they're saying Randy Moss now. Randy Moss with the Raiders? Because if it's Randy Moss with the Raiders, oh my God, he's going to be on the Patriots in a year. Come on, Levi Edwards. Raiders reporter. He's been catching balls with corners draped all over him in training camp. All right. I hope. I hope so. I just don't like them comparing to these star-studded players, man. That's a lot for a young man to try to emulate or read his own clippings. It's ridiculous. Raiders training camp notebook. Second year receiver stepping up while Waller is out. Why is Waller out? I do not know yet. John Gruden believes his 2019 draft class is ready. Not the draft class from this year. Not the draft class from last year. But the 2019 draft class, I think they're ready. I think they're ready. Not the 2018 draft class. Not the 2017 draft class. Not the 2020, not the 21, but the 2019 draft class. They're the ones that are ready. John Gruden on Max Crosby. He leads our team in effort. Again, that's a great comment. But you got to look behind it. He leads our team in effort. Does he lead your team in playmaking? In sacks? In training camp? No, just effort. Boy, I'm a cynical one, aren't I? But I love my team. I love Max Crosby. He's an awesome Raider. He got the tattoo and everything. I love this dude. This guy's a class act. He just cleaned himself up, detoxed last year. He's been sober for about a year. I'm really proud of him. I wish my brother could do the same. I got an alcoholic brother. He's almost homeless right now. Life feels like it's ending. I can't control it. It's not my problem. But yeah, just interesting stuff. Raiders defense ranked at number 27 heading into the 2021 season. Raiders are installing a package of plays from Mariota. All right. Leadership void being filled by Raiders wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. The leadership void is being filled by a young wide receiver. Do you mean the leadership void for the wide receivers? Or the entire team? Or the offense? I'm going to assume you mean the wide receivers. Because if the leadership void is being filled by a wide receiver for the entire offense, and it's not Derek Carr, ooh. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. Hunter Renfrow, he is a good leader. He does know what he's doing on the field. He knows how to get open, third and Renfrow. But man, I really wanted a veteran wide receiver more so. But that makes you think, like, so if Hunter Renfrow's the leadership void, what's going on with the veterans that we just got at the wide receiver group? John Smokey Brown, the other guy from the Saints, forgive me, names disappear in my mind. The guy from the Saints that played for the Cardinals, I think, as well. They should be like leaders. But he's been on the team for a couple years now. Hunter Renfrow. Oh, somebody that should have been cut. Raiders Tanner Muse getting a good look at outside linebacker due to his speed and athleticism. He's the next Bachelor. Look at him. He's the next Bachelor. Or he's going to be on Dancing with the NFL Superstars. I mean, I hope he plays great for us. He needs to. He's been a miscreant, meaning he's disappeared the previous year or two. He got a good contract. He might have been cut or benched last year as well as NASSIB. I don't remember. But there it is. Tanner Muse. He's getting a good look. We're basically they should write he's getting a good final look. He's getting a good final look. That's what it is. Richie Incognito said Raiders need to get more creative. Not more, but get creative with red zone offense. I agree. I agree. Raiders report Carr and Ruggs shine in their first padded practice. I'm just getting caught up to date, guys, so I'm going through it. Undrafted free agents who could make the final roster. There are a few for the Raiders. Let's see who they're going to say could make the Raiders' final roster. Let's see who they put. Can't think of any names off the top of my head right now. DJ Turner. All right, interesting. The Raiders look like they found the hidden gem they sorely need to round out their receiving corps this offseason. DJ Turner, an undrafted free agent out of Maryland, has emerged as a reliable and constant weapon for the Vegas Raiders. 5'9", 206-pound, transferred to Pitt and played well for the Panthers. I think what sticks out is his toughness, as an NFL scout said. He can be used all over the place. He can help on special teams. He is fast. He is good. All right. Let's go over if he actually makes the team. I'm going to do it with my hand. So we got Henry Ruggs, one wide receiver. Brian Edwards, a second wide receiver. Hunter Renfrow, a third wide receiver. John Brown, a fourth wide receiver. That other guy from the Saints, I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but he's another free agent as the fifth wide receiver. Then we got, is he still a member of our team? Marshall Aitman? No, I think they've been gone. It's that other guy that doesn't do anything from the Buffalo Bills. He would be number 6. So, yeah, let's be honest. That guy from the Buffalo Bills, I can't think of the name right now, and DJ Turner, they might be going heads up for that final 6 spot. Unless the Raiders only keep 5 wide receivers on their roster, they might keep 6. If they keep 5, DJ Turner might make practice squad. But if they keep 6, he might make the team. Interesting. And then again, something we talked about a little earlier in the show, patience for players that are not vaccinated will wear thin on the coaching staff and everything. And again, they're going to get pressure to get vaccinated. Cam Young retired. The 2019 edition is becoming the heart and soul of the 2021 Raiders. Gruden, we're seeing good things from Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards. It's training camp, my dude. It's training camp. All right, let's read what Raider Nation is saying about Gerald McCoy signing with the Raiders. Whoops, that's not how it works. How do you look at what people say? Okay. Is this how you do it? I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but he should definitely help out our interior pass rush. I really like this signing. Poggers. I like this. Trying to make it brighter so you guys can see the writing. I like this. In 50 years following the Raiders' first time, I have no idea what the heck you people are doing that long time, resigning players, retiring. Al was never this bad. What the heck, man? Come on, commitment to excellence. Theo Riddick and Olawano retired because of and the young injury, but nice try. All this, for 4th place in the division. Tough. They talking smack, y'all. Oh, wow. I wonder what he got left in the tank. Hopefully at least half a gallon of gas. Or will he lead the team in effort like Max Crosby? I don't like it, but I like it. I don't like it because they should have just kept Maurice Hurst instead. Good point. But I like it because they realized they effed up by getting more. Whatever. Great move. Let's go. because you can't even evaluate talent and keep trying to play players out of position. All in all, good signing. He's never done anything. Maybe one good year because he had no offense. He had to be out there. Never dominated the game. He should have lasted about 5 games before he finds an injury to make him the highest paid play per player. Paid player per play. That's a tough one. Paid player per play. Underrated. Spent the whole year rehabbing. Should be really refreshed. Well, if he could stay healthy, probably only getting 80% of peak McCoy, but as a part of a rotation, I agree, can help us. See what happens when Mayock has to stay at home on his computer all day, quarantining. He brings it home. We need all the help we can get on D. They didn't even have a picture of him in a Dallas Cowboy jersey. Wish the best for Gerald McCoy, but things haven't been good for a while, for a minute. Welcome to Raider Nation. If McCoy can generate pressure down the middle and stop the run, it would be great. He's old, but he can still be an effective run stopper. I agree. Didn't know how well Jerry McCoy has played in recent years. Hope he has a good year left in him. All right, so a lot of people like what Gerald McCoy is doing and his signing. Let's see what his actual fans say from his thing. Whoops, how do we do this? Mediocre franchise from the Bucks. Look at this, a Bucks fan. Oh my goodness. This is Gerald McCoy. Ooh, these are some memes, y'all. These are some memes. Replying to Gerald, defense. That's so true. Raiders. Raiders. And it's funny. That's they only make a video of a non-Raider fan yelling Raiders. You know he did it just for television. He's not really a Raider fan. He was doing that segment for television. They need to find somebody else doing that, like Charles Woodson or me. Raiders! Raiders! There you go. Come on, man. Come on. Welcome to the Raider Nation. I liked it. Maddie Matt's got some good tweets. She's got a good avatar, too. Time to eat. Let's go. Go crazy. Jared McCoy with the autograph. Let's go, big dog. Welcome to the nation. Wish we could have saw you in Dallas. Welcome to the dock side. It's time to feast again. Bueno, yo. I guess that's a Gerald McCoy jersey. Let's go. Welcome to the dark side. Look at this meme. Welcome to the nation. That's right, the Ape Nation. Raiders, Ape, together. Raiders strong. Raiders stronger together. I have those shirts available. Look at my Twitter account. Which things worked out for you? Best wishes to you. Welcome to the dark side. Yeah, he's got such a big name that a lot of people are excited to have him there. A lot of people are excited to have him on our Raiders team. Let's get that completely honest. All right, y'all. So we went over some Raider news, some NFL news. We kind of got caught up to date a little bit with training camp from the news media perspective. I don't know what's going on the field constantly, but let me just ask a couple of questions to you guys, even though you can't put it in the chat room right now, and let me answer it from my perspective. Just want to let everybody know, if you feel like donating, since I'm at a sad place and I lost my YouTube channel, if you feel like donating a couple of bucks to buy me some tacos, I got my Venmo address down below. I got my PayPal web address down below. And there's my Twitter account. I called it Raider Central because I feel like becoming a troll on Twitch. Nothing else works. Might as well try to become a troll. I don't know. So it just sounds funny too. Raider Central. Why not? Because I don't know what Twitch is about. We're learning together. All right, let's get this off screen. And let me ask some questions or answer some questions from my perspective. What Raiders offensive player has the most to prove in 2021? I think that's a very, very valid question, guys. And I think there's a few of them. But I'm going to give you a final answer in a second. But just to name a few of them that need to prove a lot more or has the most to prove this year, I mean, it could be Henry Ruggs. It could be the center that took over for Rodney Hudson. It could be the draft pick that we took in the first round that nobody expected us to take in the first round that's taken over at the right tackle position. It could be any one of those players. It could be Kenyon Drake in his third team in 3 years. But I'm going to go with the answer that some might not think is obvious. The Raiders' offensive player that has the most to prove in 2021 should be John Gruden as well. But I'm going to go with Derek Carr. What more does Derek Carr have to prove, you ask? He needs to win. He needs to win. The stats are fine and dandy in Gruden's offense. Playing within the scheme, within the system, are all good and dandy. But I don't think he's won over 30 touchdowns in a season the last couple years. He might have went over 4,000 yards last year. I do not know. But we need like 35 touchdowns. We need like 4,000 yards. And we need 11 victories at least. He needs to will it to win it. We need wins from Derek Carr. Every year it gets worse for him. More people jump off the Derek Carr bandwagon every year. Even though he's a great guy, he's a great personality, he's a great player, and he statistically is the greatest Raider we have on our team. He needs to win. He just needs to win. Stats are fine and dandy, but he needs to win. And he needs to somehow make every other player around him not only better, but a lot better. Not only average, but a lot better. And he needs to have more players than one or two players every game, like Nelson Aguilar last year and Darren Waller last year. We got to find some other players. So my answer is it's Derek Carr. Now, let's ask that same question for defense. What Raiders defensive player has the most to prove in 2021? It's everybody. You can't single one player on the team. You can't. You can't. But I will. Every single Raider defensive player has the most to prove next year, especially the rookies, especially the cornerbacks, the safeties, Abrams, the draft class, whatever. They all need it. But I'm going to pick one. It's Yannick Ngakoue. That's it. He's the high-priced free agent. He's the guy that we need to get more than, hopefully, 16 sacks in an entire year. It's Yannick Ngakoue. Well, he doesn't have anything to prove. He's already a great player, but not for the Raiders. Not yet. Yannick Ngakoue has a lot to prove. He is the defensive player that has the most to prove in 2021 with us Raiders, in my opinion. Now, just to end it with a little training camp talk, I'm really happy with the way this training camp is going. I haven't heard of too many major injuries, too many players that are out on the Rona list or whatever so far. So knock on wood if you're with me, according to Gruden. And it's looking very, very good. And I enjoy the positive reports coming out of camp. Now, this year is going to be an interesting year because we're only going to have 3 preseason games. I'm looking forward to watching the games live with you guys, hopefully, on this Twitch channel and reacting and seeing the players try to make the team, who will be cut, who won't be cut. I'm looking forward to a fantastic preseason and another wonderful season of Raider football, this time with fans. There will be a preseason game at home with fans for the first time in Allegiant Stadium, and that will be a fun game and a fun doozy to experience. So that being said, that's my show for today, my first ever live Twitch stream. I hope you guys had a good time. Please tune in each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for my latest show, or you can watch replays, I believe, on here for up to 15 days. Please share, please follow, please donate if you're inclined. And most importantly, thank you guys for still following me, even though I had to move to another platform. Please help me get subscribers. Please help me get fans back to our amazing channel. And let's get back to some Raider fun and goodness. I'm Mikey Raider. This is Raider Central Live, Twitch style. I'll see you on the first preseason game and next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for sure, with comments and my chat room open. I'm out.